A Muslim wife must not refuse to satisfy the sexual urges of her husband as and when demanded. There seems to be some misunderstanding here, in justification whereof, often quoted verses, in addition to some ahadith, are, one man is a degree above them, women, in authority and responsibility, women be devoutly obedient, q. 434 2 Your women are a tillage for you, so, come unto your tillage as you wish. q. 2-223 This dissertation may be better understood by trifurcating into psychophysical, behavioral and spiritual segments, successively. Authentic ahadith, in essence, make a woman obligated to fulfill her husband's sexual desires as and when demanded and should not refuse unnecessarily. Here are two things to be borne in mind: that keeping husbands satisfied would endure and perpetuate the marital and family life. It is also in consonance with a woman's exhortative libidinal wanderlust. It is hard to imagine that a woman, who is lured into sexual overture by a legitimate partner, would not be thrilled to jump on it unless inhibited by some stone-cold reason. Women, especially of the feminist mindset, interpret these verses/ahadith, suggestive of women's obligation, as if these have enforced some kind of bondage or sex slavery. A general tendency, often exhibited, is that we take a verse/hadith in isolation and interpret it in black and white. Islam, through Quran, ahadith and sunnah, molds human behavior to employ rationality, reason, logic and somewhat common sense, to harness one's understanding and interpretation to achieve the ultimate goal, through habituated behavior of obedience/compliance, a successful end of the sojourn. Coerced compliance would make the whole edifice come to naught. Had your Lord willed, all the people on earth would have believed. So can you, Prophet, compel people to believe? Q. 1099. There are many traditions emphasizing upon the importance of legitimate sexual satisfaction, of both the partners equally, including for pleasure. Legitimate sexual activity attains the station of worship, sadaqah and sunnah. I wonder if there is any hadith/sunnah whereby Prophet is known to have ever forced any of his wives for sex. Cardinal Rule 102. Take the cumulative contextual sense of all the verses on the topic/issue, take the common contextual theme of the authentic ahadith, which must be in conformity with the Quranic dictum, then get to the gist/essence of the injunction, reposing one's trust in Allah, SWT, to guide him on the right course. Q2, 85 and 4, 150, Ishad/personal Ishad by employing the Uslub Tafsir Madhui. Note, every hadith, like Quranic verse, is necessitated by a context, which must be correctly established, for its correct understanding and application. In regard to the wife's obligation to husband's sexual satisfaction, one should keep the following things in mind. A wife's sexual satisfaction is similarly obligatory on the husband. Compassionate, good treatment of women is commonplace in the Quran, ahadith and sunnah. Moderation in behavior is the hallmark of Islamic teachings. Ultimate pleasure sought/desired, through various acts/abstinences, is of Allah, SWT. Therefore, the sexual satisfaction of the husband by his wife does not become mandatory/compulsory in all the circumstances but congruous, cogent and permissible ones, garnering the ultimate pleasure/blessings of Allah. Hence the verse is suggestive/advisory of the obligation, without making it mandatory in disregard of the behavioral or circumstantial swings, discounting the botched concept of bondage/slavery of a devoutly obedient wife. Vindicated by the proscription of the sexual intercourse with a menstruating woman. It is a state of impurity, so keep away from the women in the state of menstruation, and do not approach them until they are cleansed. Q. 2-222. Marital rape/forced sex. Women having been granted the highest status, such as the mother of the prophets, the mother of the faithful, cannot be imagined to having been made slavishly subservient to the indecorous sexual urges of the husband. Some scholars try to justify the sexual satisfaction right of the husband, even when secured through coercion, by using an apparently formidable but in reality, an untenable argument. The justification generally presented, in denial/suppression of woman's feelings, dignity and free will, is the pleasure of Allah, SWT, which no Muslim would normally dare, differ with or challenge. In my humble opinion, sexual satisfaction obtained by coercing one's wife, as if she is a lump of dead meat, in the face of the man having multiple options/rights of divorcing, having more than one wife and marrying another woman, cannot be justified. On the other hand, the woman who is not inclined/agreeable to having sex with the husband must be having a sound reasons, psychological or physical incongruity, for it. Therefore, forcing her would not make her either in obedience/compliance of the desires of the husband or of the will of Allah, SWT. Neither will there be a sense of satisfaction/fulfillment on the part of the husband, normally derived from the mutuality/consensual participation of the two, but mere ejaculation, coupled, most likely, with remorse and guilt. The emphasis placed on the compassion, hygienics, good smell and foreplay, therefore, tacitly predicates for a consensual/participatory sex. Further reading on the topic of women. https://shakir2.wordpress.com/2018/01/11/a woman's place in Islam/ https://shakir2.wordpress.com/2015/06/22/ Muslim women marrying non-Muslim men/ comment/feedback/share/like/follow Shakir2.wordpress.com